Hello there everybody, and welcome back once again to Space Engineers as we walk off the edge of this thing wrong!
They call me a god. They call me a god.
No more shall our puny feet touch the ground. No sir, it's the skies for us from now on, because we got some functional thrusters. Probably. I don't know, we haven't actually tested them yet, but today we shall fly. On purpose, for once. That's the plan, anyway. Let's go ahead and land. God damn it, dude. The ramp is gone. The ramp is gone. I loved ramp, but ramp is gone. And turn my dampeners on, Space Engineers, when I respawn, please. Anyway, it's been a bit of a journey to get to this point. We suffered through Tartarus yesterday, and we came out the other side, I don't want to say unscathed, but less scathed than perhaps we had expected. It's been a good time. It's been a long time. A lot of people in the comments were saying they would have given up. Thank you for acknowledging the truly insane amount of effort it took to get this thing functional, but we got it functional. We now have vector thrust, kinda. There are a few things we need to tweak in order to make it work a bit better, because I did do some testing, and I noticed that the engines kind of just wobble back and forth. It's not exactly the best. The script's guidebook says that what we should do to fix that is to match the braking torque to the regular torque. So this was set to 0. This was at 33.6 million newtons. So I just control-click, copied that number, and then pasted it over here. That has helped. It wobbles less, but we're not quite there yet. So we might have to tweak that a little bit. Apparently there are some script parameters we can play with. And that tends to happen when your vector thrust is overloaded. So that's something we're going to have to look at. It probably means we need more engines, or alternatively, we just need to use engines to take off some of the load. So we can still use the vector thrust engines to do like the cool swivel back and forth motion, but maybe we want a couple of big boy engines at the back here that we can slap into the back now that we're not going to have a ramp, and we can do something with that. I don't know. That's all problems for the future. For now, what I want to do is solve this power crisis. Now, the comment section did make some great points. We're never going to solve the power crisis with solar panels or wind turbines, not on this ship. The episodes just don't have enough time. No, in order to do that, we are going to need to do hydrogen. It's pretty much the only way. We need a bunch of hydrogen engines and a bunch of hydrogen, which needs a bunch of ice. There is some ice over there. I mined up a little bit by hand. Unfortunately, the drills don't go quite deep enough just yet to actually get into the real stuff, as you can see here. So we have done a little bit of ice mining, the old-fashioned way. This 400-year-old boomer still mines ice the old-fashioned way. Colon this image. We're pretty close, actually. How close did we get to the ice? We were 10 meters off. So I need another piston. I need another piston on top of this one if we want any hope of reaching it. Yeah, which means we're going to have to do some merge block shenanigans too. We'll have to lock the pistons to the ship, build another piston on top, cut all this off, and move it up. Or I suppose we could just leave that there and then move this up. I might add 2 more pistons then if we're going to make it taller. And then I have to cut off my beautiful, my forever, my beautiful, my love, my welding arm, unfortunately. Well, we might as well get started on that. Okay, let's move the pistons up so we can get some ice in the ship and get that processed into hydrogen. That'll help with the weight a little bit as well. And then we can move on. Or we need to move to another big lake, realistically. That's actually what we have to do as like a point of massive, like right now order. That needs to happen today. Alright, while we're here, let's also trim down the grinders. They can't be this big anymore. Tragedy, I know. Basically what we're doing is trying to just cut the weight down on this vessel as much as possible. Now, you need to become a merge block. So we need to do something like this. Give me a merge block over here. That needs to face downwards. And I need a steel plate to build it. There we go. And then you need to be a merge block as well. And I'm going to cut that off. And I'm going to put this over here. Yes. Okay, now how do I get them to touch each other? Because I can't really compress this any further, can I? What if we do it over here? Aha, this will work. It's gonna clang out, but this will work. Okay, cool. Locked in. So now I can cut off this, and that shouldn't fall. It did not fall. Okay, and I can cut off these, and then we can lift this whole thing up by a couple more pistons. Oh, now that's interesting. It won't let me place the piston that way, but it'll let me place the piston this way. Okay? Aha. That's a bit of a problem too. So how are these not lined up? Make that make sense. Okay, I see how we're gonna have to do this. There's gonna be more merge blocks involved, that's for sure. Yeah, it's the spacing, but it's all these little edges, the top piston parts that are in the way. It might actually be easier just to cut this all off and do it again. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, I'll give it a shot. I'll give it a shot, but I don't think this is gonna make a difference. Yep, and there are no large grid spacers that we could use to put them between each other, I don't think. It might just be because of the distance created by these gaps. I think it might just be that we have to cut it all off and build it again. But you know what? That's probably faster than trying to figure this out, so let's just do it. Yep. So what exactly were you merged to then? Ah, it was merged to the piston, not the... I understand. Oh, and merge blocks do disconnect when they lose power. Okay, that reminds me of another comment I received from the comment section, obviously, which suggested that rather than trying to connect the love bug using rotor parts and things, or having to like manually grind it off every time, apparently you can just do that with the parts, which I now see is true, which is super cool. Okay, since we're rebuilding this, I say we go ham mode, and we just build this way too big. What do you guys say? I think that sounds like a great idea. So we go... Let's go up 2 more pistons. Frick it. We ball. That's a long boy. That's a long boy. Okay, let's start welding. Okay, there we go. Can't believe that's done. Now, we've got to do all the groups again. Lovely. So then that should just work. Yep. Okay, lovely. And those were nothing. Excellent. Let's go park ourselves over some ice and go drill up some of this stuff. Okay, we are presently above the ass. Let's go ahead and run the drills, run the pistons. I think they can go even slower than that, to be honest. MCV drill pistons probably want to share an inertia tensor there, and I think we can definitely reduce that speed even further. Maybe go up a little bit. We can make that like, I'm thinking 2.5. Yeah, that looks like a good speed. Okay, there we go. And all the stones just being spat out. Fantastic. So I actually want to turn on all my refineries now, because we're going to have juice to finally run stuff. So let's just go ahead and clear up some of the magnesium and other things that we've got waiting to be processed. And while we do that, I think what we can do is start planning out our next few things. So we've gone ahead and I think the crane can honestly just get removed at this point. I do still want an artillery turret. I do want an observer scouting drone, and I do want a drone docking bay. These are all things that we must do. We also now need to add a new task, which is to, once again, sort out forward thrust again. There we go. Sort puff? No, sort out. We're going to take this thing for a spin as soon as we have some ice. But until we have some ice, we're going to have to just wait. Yep. That would all be weight we don't have to carry now. Excellent. My god. The bison on the plains. Truly a majestic sight. Yep. Me and my pappy been farming these lands for 1,000 years. Yeah, that's one of our prize bulls right there. At least it was until the Kraken got him. Got him real good, like. As you can see, they tend to hit the edge of our property and then be despawned. Mighty strange lands out here. My apologies to the state of... I don't even know which one. Texas, maybe? For that one? Who knows? Oh, for God's sake. But, to be completely honest, the thought of having to design a drone when we've got these gigantic engines just ready to rock it's a little disappointing, I'm not gonna lie. Now, speaking of rock, we do have to wait for all of this to finish, relieving itself. But once that's happened, we can actually start to make a bit of progress on this. So let's have a quick look at our stone reserves and see how much we've got left, and we can do some other side tasks in the meantime. I want all of this out of here before we take off. I'd also like to get all of this ice processed, but that can happen a bit later. It's just that the ice weighs literal tons, like a silly amount of what is that, well, it's 89 tons. It's actually not that much. We got almost as much nickel. We probably don't need 90,000 nickel. We probably don't need 100,000 iron. 90 tons? We definitely do not need 80 tons of silicon. Do I need a... Is it time? Are we going to start just throwing stuff off the edge? I think it might be that kind of time. What if I just... Oop, 2 tons gone right there. And for some reason I have 3 proficient drills in my pocket. Okay, 2 proficient drills gone right there. It's time for littering. I know we could technically get those resources back, but I don't know if you've been paying attention for the past 35 seconds, but that's exactly what I'm trying not to do. Okay, rapid gaming. What do we do here? I mean, sort out forward thrust again is certainly something we're going to have to do. If I had to take a guess, I imagine this flight is going to be perhaps a touch ungraceful. As soon as those drills are above the surface, I'll back this thing up and we'll get a bit of a head start. My mission is to head south. South happens to be in that direction. So I guess we wind it back and then jump for that cliff, maybe? Okay, the drills are up. Brakes unparked. We're going to start slowly moving rearwards. I'd like to get fairly flat before we try and take off, because this thing immediately starts listing if you've got if you've got any kind of inclination. All right. Let's turn it on. And as you... Okay, now I'm going to have to pull up. We're going to raise our height a little bit. We got 5 minutes of time. That's all good. Oh. Okay, just keep your hand. Keep your hand on the space bar. Okay, we're gonna have to use Control 4. No, it's Control 3. There we go. Do not put it on cruise mode. Increase the gear. We want to go faster. Okay, now orient this way so that we start to deal with that lateral trajectory we've got. I'm trying to use KSP terms to sound smart. Then pivot forward because VTOLs always fly at an angle. Yes, it appears to be working. Oh my God, the flight of the singular Valkyrie. It's incredible. Oh, baby. And we're still pooping. Let's freaking go, dude. Woo. Okay. Yes, that is a sight for a very sore pair of eyes, let me tell you. We are in the air. Okay, now, as we all know, again, according to all known laws of aviation, rovers should not be able to fly. So we do kind of not want to fall down and perish here. I'm going to aim myself southwards. We're going to aim for a nice arbor braking, if we can manage it, away from the slope as much as possible. 4 minutes of power remain. Should probably turn the engines on if they aren't already. They are on. Okay. This is very stressful. Sorry. I'd love to do this without the UI up, but I think we might actually die. Okay, I'm going to roll to try and arrest some of that right momentum we've got. The thrusters do kind of wobble back and forth a bit, don't they? Yeah, we definitely need a thruster at the back. I think I can say that with some certainty here. Now, thankfully, wheels in this game do behave pretty well, actually. Okay, let's turn off the dampeners and sort of start to trend forward. Turn them back on. These are the thruster script dampeners, not the Space Engineer's vanilla ones. And we've landed. Sorry, I messed up the camera a bit there, but we've landed. Oh my goodness, we've actually done it. And we can fly. And we can fly. I can see. I can fight. Little Fairly Odd Parents reference for you there. Reference. Man, we are freaking moving right now, dude. Look, we got even a whole little arboreum on our way with us. Okay, well, I'm gonna take this opportunity to cover some distance here. It's been a hot minute since we've actually made any real progress in the whole, rover part of the Rover Quest. And I'm just gonna head south. South just feels good. It's got good southward vibes. We can hop canyons, people. We can hop canyons. Oh my glob. That feels good. Okay, so we still don't have... Okay, so we do still need forward thrust. We do not have the momentum to actually, to actually carry ourselves forward. All right, good to know. So we do still need rearward thrusters. I think we're just too heavy. Oh yeah, climbing that hill would have been straight up impossible without all of this. And very nice. There we go, and we can come into land. Oh, that is so satisfying. Oh, I'm so glad this is working. Look at this cool plateau we find ourselves on. All right, I think this is as good a place as any to park up for a moment, let the batteries recharge a little, and let's go ahead and plan our little drone that we're going to work off of. We've still got this little space here to build from, so let's do that. All right, I want this thing to be tiny and very, very simple. So let's go ahead, put down a battery and build around that. Does the Warfare battery have a small variant? I would love it if it did. It does. Okay, let's use all the cool stuff we've been given by Keen to build this one out. Okay, so what do we need? What do we have to have on this thing? We have to have an antenna. I'm going to stick that right over there. Then I know we have to have a remote control block. And let's stick that right over there. Okay, cool. You always want the little dot to face the direction that the drone will be flying or traveling in. Then we need thrusters. Okay, so most of our time is going to be spent dealing with gravity, so let's put a bunch of downward thrusters. We're going to want some forward thrust, and of course some reverse thrust, like so. That will work, and then I'm thinking we probably... Do we need like lateral thrust side to side? The game does behave better when you've got all 6 directions covered, and gravity handling down, so... I suppose we could... There's just no clean place to put them. That's the problem, you see? So we could do something like that, and then we could fit this beneath. Okay, super simple. Left, right, up, down. How does it dock with the ship to charge? We could do merge blocks again. That was pretty nifty. This could just become a merge block once it's built. Yeah, I'm thinking that's the easiest way to do this. And we got a smug jumping hound over there. Again, don't know what he's got so... I'll say it wrong at the same time. I don't know what he's got so much to be happy about. Turns out words are hard, okay? Especially at 10:30 p.m. at night after a 9-hour workday. Okie dokie. There we go. That is going to be our observer drone. I think I want to do something like... I want to use this, the angle on this piece here. I really like the way the Warfare battery looks. So let's do something like this. I'm trying to maintain that visible angle. I think it looks really cool at the top of the battery there. And let's do a little bit of greeblin. I want to keep this super light and super simple. Okay, then what do we need on an observer drone? Probably a camera with which to observe things. That feels fairly critical. Yes, top-mounted camera would work, but I think we might just go traditional on this one. And stick a camera, well, honestly, right over there, right? That works, and then we can put down a docking camera here as well. Put it at the front of the vessel, why not? The yellow dot in the bottom left-hand corner, same as the little image there in slot 9 on my toolbar. That'll tell you which way is the correct orientation, so it's not like facing left or something, or upside down. Okay, cool, so there's our 2 cameras. Then over here, I think, you know what I want? I want a control console. This thing's not meant to fight, it's meant to just sort of fly around and see things, really. Because with the mod pack we're playing, you can zoom in on cameras, with cameras, really nicely. Okay, lovely. Oh, we need a gyroscope. We need a gyroscope. That's what we're missing. And there's a slot back there for it. Perfect. This will work perfectly right over here. Super simple, bog standard. It looks kind of cool, right? It's got like Wall-E vibes. I don't know where that's coming from. I think it's the eye at the top there that I kind of like the look of. And then to tailor it off then, what would be nice is to have some Wall-E eyes just poking out the back here. Give me those offset lights. They work pretty well for this kind of thing. Yeah, these ones right here. Don't you think? Wouldn't that look nice if we just got right over there? Yeah, like that. Yeah. Yeah, I like that more. I think we can make them green again. And then I do just want some lights on the back just for aesthetic purposes. Okay, what if we put down a couple of truss lights like so? Yeah. Now we're getting sci-fi with it. And then an inset light over there, and then just a simple ramp, sir, perhaps, to cover things up. Looks a bit like a ziggurat. Ooh, I like that a lot. Yes! And I think we just figured out what we're going to be calling it. The ziggurat. Alright, time to tweak some colors. Oh, I should probably cut this thing off. What was the problem? Didn't like something I did there. Uh-oh. Little anticlimactic. Okay, so this is going to be the ziggurat. And of course, we need to rename it. Okay, and that is all this is going to look like. Very simple, very straightforward. So now we should set up the taskbar. So first things first, we're going to want the view camera up on front. Probably the docking camera over there. We are going to need a merge block as well. Then we're going to want our groups. I always have my thrusters on block 6. We can put the lights maybe on like 8. Oh, you know what? Let's put them on like 5. There we go. Is there anything else? Yeah, probably want the batteries on like a switch charge. Let's put them on 9. They're usually on 9. Recharge on and off. And then the ziggurat antenna, can have that on or off over there. And that's probably fine for now. If we want to add any other functionality, we can put it here. That's going to be for the merge block. So turn on the thrusters. Reload a save. My god, this lad has a life of his own. Look at this. Where you going, baby? Hold on, I think it's the vector thrust script doing something funky here. Chill, baby, chill. Dude, look at this. Isn't this thing's rotor lock on? I'm pretty sure it is. No, but it did imply some torque on it. That's strange. That shouldn't have happened. I swear to God, every time I reload this game, something else is broken. It's always a new thing, which is fun. You know, that's exciting. It's nice to have, you know, variety in life, but I could honestly do with significantly less variety in this particular life. Cool, cut him off. Great. Honestly, you being asleep is maybe for the best here. Ah, I was a genius.
Father, help!
What in God's name just happened? What in the clang did I just witness, dude? Where's he going? Where's he going? Man, he was on the way. Did you see that? What the hell was that? Oh, no, I'm sorry. Oh, yes, don't mind me. Don't. Yes, no, please, Clang. Why? Please take my wife. I don't need her. Come on. What the hell is going on, dude? You know what? You know what this calls for? Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and we're going to do what I call a bold maneuver in this part of town here. Go ahead and give me the thrusters back. Clang, sometimes, understandably, like all, you know, unknowable deities, requires tribute, you see. And, well, this is my offering. May it please him greatly. Alright, great, that'll do it. Oh, oh, don't mind me. I'm just beating my head into the wall, trying to figure out how to fix this. Turns out, Vector Thrust decided that this right here, this was not allowed to happen. No sir, no sirree, not on its watch, no chance, no way, no how. So, rather than, you know, upset the gods of space engineers any further, I figured, you know what we could do? Maybe we could just not do that for now, right now anyway, and we could find other ways to keep ourselves entertained. For example, equipping this merge block right here with the ability to detach. It's flawless. Look at that. Wow. So dumb. Someone gave me the excellent idea, and it actually was quite an excellent solution, or suggestion rather, to instead of using merge blocks here, we can actually use these little things called small connectors. These have been added to the game since I last played. They're teeny tiny little guys. They look like this. Now we do need to, as I was saying, the small connectors are little blocks that we can connect to, which we can detach and attach to and detach from and so on and such as, and such forth ad infinitum. Unfortunately, we do still need to use rotors to do this, so it doesn't really solve the problem. It is a bit less explosive than the merge block though, so I'm going to switch plans. We're going to go with this lad over here. And then, of course, we would also want to do this one. Although at this point, I'm thinking, well, we might as well just go up here and then just, you know, put this over there. Would that help? I feel like that would help. Someone else did say, why not make that over there why not make that over there a cargo container? And actually, since I'm redoing this now anyway, why don't we just do exactly as you suggest? It's a good idea. Let's cut that off and make this a cargo point. Make it much easier to access stuff here. There's no reason not to. It's a really good idea. Thank you, comment section. Okay, there we go. And then, instead of a rotor, we could put an advanced rotor. There we go, just like this. And we should be able to add a small rotor head, which is a 3x3 for the advanced rotor. There we go. And let's quickly just turn the rotor lock on. Then we can place the docking part, which will be the small connector. It's a little guy over there. You can grab from this, and that can go up top. Yeah? We could technically connect that up to the conveyor tube list, but I think this is fine. So now we should just be able to do something like... Come on, we just gotta reach it. I think if we increase the height offset... No, other way. We go all the way upsies, and then you gotta just kind of swivel it in. Let's put that on there for one. So yeah, see, the nice thing with the merge block is it kind of pulled it into place. This is a little bit more finicky. Come on, baby, I believe in you. I believe in you. There we go, locked. Okay, nice. And it doesn't clip the tires through the floor. That's certainly gonna help things, at least a little bit, I hope. And if I just so happen to whip around to the left, we'll see our brand new time-lapse camera. Isn't it incredibly familiar? Wow, he's like me, but red. Dun dun dun! The tale of two cameras. This time, this way, Magic and I don't need to be synced up on our cycles and also our time zones in order to do time lapses, which means we can have a hell of a lot more of him. Look at this, look at this. Hey Mom, I'm on camera. Hey, there it is. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and try this again, but this time without the psychotic kamikaze drone. It's a big ask, I know. Okay, so confirmed, that is off. Gotta turn that off when we make drones, note to self. And let's try this little gamut again. So go gadget, time lapse. Okay, ziggurat built. Let's cut it off and see what happens. Place your bets now as to how rapidly we die. Okay, and cut. Oh, it was the script. Okay. Whew. Near miss there, I'd say. Now, let's go ahead and set this up again. Okay, first test flight. And she's moving. Look at that. We got rotational control. Yes, we do. We can go left and right. Yes, we can. Okay, cool. Now to set up all of the camera controls. Alright, the only thing I want to change on this thing before I go ahead and get snippy with it is to cut off this and place on a connector. There we go, the small kind. Of the small variety. Yes, perfect. And that's just how we're going to interface with the base. I prefer this to the alternatives, which is very, very silly, which is the merge blocks. Because we have to use the rotors anyway, right? So we might as well do this. Could build a large connector, but I kind of don't want to mess with the profile. So let's just rename that Ziggurat Small Connector. Alright, lovely. So this thing's called the Ziggurat. It's all named the Ziggurat. It's all set up to be a Ziggurat. Oh, wow. It's Ziggurats all the way down. Let's go ahead and just do this. We want to switch lock with that functionality. Okay, lovely. And now we got to find a place to park this thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go park myself in the only place that matters. Man, getting around the ship is still a little bit circuitous. We need a way in from the roof down that isn't just falling off. But that's a problem for the future. Now I should be able to do this. I cannot do this. It's not moving now. Okay, so I need to put down an antenna on this ship. And then I may, I hope, just be able to do that. So if I look down... Oh, come on. I do believe I am controlling the Ziggurat right now. So if I hit 1 to view it. I am viewing it, but my camera is sideways. Okay, some things to fix. Yes, indeed, my camera is sideways. How embarrassing. Hey, look at that. We have a ziggurat. Oh, and I love the little light sticking out the front. Oh, that looks so cool. Okay, very nice. And now we're just going to back it off and try and see if we can fly it in here, I guess. It's fairly compact, so it should be able to fit under that arch, but I don't think we're going to be keeping that arch. Oh, and I love the green lights. Oh, very cool. And we can indeed zoom in. Just what the doctor ordered. Okay, so we can go ahead and turn off the engines, and it'll just chill right here with an hour of power. Excellent. Very cool. Okay, well, this feels like as good a time as any to just do a bit of work on the top of the ship here. So let me go ahead and grab out the old grinder and get to slicing and dicing. I definitely don't want this beam. And I think we can go gadget time-lapse number 3 on this one. Funniest thing is happening here while I'm doing my recording here. A bunch of people are just coming through and supporting us on Patreon. I don't know what that's about. I don't know if that's coordinated because they saw me on Steam. Sorry for the weird camera view. This is just the screen where the sound bites are playing through. You got me, guys. Thank you so much. That's incredibly generous of you, if it's intentional. I'm a little taken aback. I don't know what to say. Oh my god, look at it all come. There's Mel Roman. What's happening here? $50 from Cole Ramsey, my god. I don't know what I'm seeing, but I'm very appreciative. This is incredible. Mermix? Y'all, what's happening here? How do they know? How do they know? Oh, this is so lovely. Is this just the time when the donations come through? And I've just never been recording on a Wednesday on the 3rd of July? Wow. Well, I'm phenomenally grateful. Thank you, everyone. And there you have it. We managed to do it. We've parked our ziggurat over here. I actually kind of can't believe that worked. It's currently charging up. I'm going to let it do that, and then we'll take a blueprint of it. This is what we've got for the back of the buggy for now. It's not perfect, but it works. We've got a couple of entrance points for me to fly in, because I do a lot of that. We can fly in the back, we can fly in the rear. We've got a couple of windows just to kind of seal the design off a little bit. It's far from finished. I don't fully love it, and there are a few sort of accent features I'd like to work on. For example, this light box over here. I don't really use the light panels much, but I think it could be fun to try one out, right? Something like that, maybe? You could also make that a screen and then have like a hazard sign or something on it. I don't know. let's play around with it a bit. What if we made this kind of greenish like that, right? And then what kind of light do these put out? Is it all encompassing? It's fairly all encompassing. Okay, that doesn't really match the tone of the room, but you get the idea. Go for like a warm white. Yeah, that's good enough for now. Okay, so they're kind of just like little, I mean, they're light panels, I suppose. I don't love it. I think I do prefer the other ones. Alright, well, that is kind of that. We're gonna have to sit here in the foggy dark until sunrise, is what I would say if I was not God. Let's go ahead and hit Alt F10 and move the sun, the heavens, and the earth. There we go. It is a bit cheesy with the solar panels, I recognize, but those don't really do much beyond look kind of dumb, to be completely honest. We're going to go ahead and hop in the seat. I won't clear the weather, as fun as that would be. And we're going to control that ziggurat, and we are going to fly it out far, far, far away and see if we can find ourselves a lake. So let's go ahead and make sure everything's working. So we want to enter the main view. We're going to switch the batteries to auto mode. We're going to turn on the engines and turn off the connector. Okay, lovely. Let's fly out this way. I really like the way these, this is apropos of nothing at all, but I really like the way these connector blocks turned out. I think they look pretty sweet with the little offset blinking lights. I just set the timers to be slightly different from one another. Okay, so we are going to go high, high, high up into the sky, sky, sky and find a lake. And, well, that didn't take very long. Now... Oh, man, are you kidding me? All of that work. That's right there. All the work. I was going to do this whole montage. I was like, okay, we're going to fly an observer drone around the planet, and we're going to find this another lake. Oh, my. Are you kidding me, dude? This is two gigantic lakes. So, which direct... We came in from that direction, right? Yeah. We perched up on... Yeah, that's the direction we landed in. Ah. So if we just gone slightly to the right, we would have landed on a lake. We could also go slightly to the left and land on an even larger lake. I guess we'll go to that one. Oh, I feel so stupid. Well, we have an observer drone now. We can use this to go check out sort of some of those smuggling ships. We can check out some of the wrecked villages and things that we found in the past. Oh, well, speaking of which, another love bug to add to the collection. Well, we wouldn't have seen that if not for the ziggurat. Okay. Alright, well, let's go ahead and fly in, dock this little lad, and maybe you should take a blueprint of it pretty soon, actually, as well. Let's do that now. Okay, there we go. Ziggurat is blueprinted. I will see what I can do about getting that up on the Steam Workshop. Do you guys want this on the Steam Workshop? Will you actually use it? Because if not, I'm not going to waste the time. Let me know in the comments. If you like it, it will be in the workshop. And if it's on the workshop, it'll be in the description. And I guess a pinned comment too. Let me know what you think, and I will do it. If enough people are interested, I will put in the time to do so. Let's go ahead and dock this thing. I think it's a pretty neat little design. It's not very long range, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be. Okay, so we need to turn off the engines right away, otherwise it kind of freaks out the rotor, and then switch the batteries to charge. Perfect. And that should do it. It's a very simple little ship. I quite like that it is white, believe it or not. I like the default color on it. Although maybe I don't love the default color on it. Yeah, we could do a little bit of painting here. Okay, paint the whole thing black. Oh, I already like that a lot more. Also helps the accent lighting out a bit. And then give me some stripes. Some stripes of green. Maybe not this green, though. That green's a little offensive to both men and women alike. Maybe like a subtle mint. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Now we're gaming. Give me that paint gun. I think that's it. I think literally just 2 little splotches of paint on either side. And get that one nice and green as well. And I think we call that good. I know it's super simple, but I think that's best, right? I don't think we need anything more than that. Let's see how this thing looks in full sunlight. Oh yeah, that's the one. That's what we want a blueprint right there. That's the good stuff. Okay. We've done it. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it. The ziggurat. The ziggurat. Oh, it's a work of art. Okay, delete that one and save it. Excellent. Okay, cool. And with that, the final flight of the day begins. We're going to fire up the engines. We're going to need them. We're going to turn eastwards, because that's where that lake was. And look at this. We've got a goddamn ramp available to us. Oh, this is... You couldn't ask for more, could you? I mean, you could ask for slightly more thrust. Oh, that's what I forgot to do. I forgot to do the thrust. I was like, I knew I'm forgetting something, but I couldn't quite put my finger on it. Turns out it was the primary problem we've been battling since probably day 3 of this series. But you know what? I'm not here for a good time or to know things. I'm a gamer. Turn on the engines and blammo. And zooming in, it doesn't look like the little ziggurat has been captured this time. Lovely for it. Okay, let's pivot over to the right and fly on home, boys. I think we're going to skip the car park over there for this one. Largely needs his... I was going to say largely needs his ice, but that's a cursed statement. Oh, look at that. We got a what looks like a splashed, splashed down, crashed down ship of some description over there. Look at that. Ooh. Okay, I don't want to get too close to it. It might shoot at us. Let's get a bit of distance. They tend to target within 600 meters, so we'll go a little further. And then we might go pay that a visit. It looks like it's got wind turbines too, which is pretty cool. Oopsie, 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 oopsie. What happened? Hit the ground a little hard there, I think. Now it's attempting to dampen backwards. Come on. Well. Oh no. Another nightmare. How tragic. This ship is so cursed, man. It just doesn't work. Oh, crap. Okay, you know what? You know what, everybody? With that, we're calling it a night. Thank you so much for sticking around. It's midnight, and I'm losing my goddamn mind. No, the wheels. Oh, it's all gone. Oh man, this game it just never ceases to. Thank you all so much for being here, and Magic and I will see you in the next one. Cheers. You made it to the end of the video. Congratulations and thank you. That puts you in the top 3% of viewers. Here's another video that YouTube thinks you're going to like, and here is a list of all the patron and channel member names. If you don't see yours on there, you can find a link down in the description where you can sign up and support this content directly. If your name is on there, well, you probably already know that, huh? So, what are you still doing here?